Welcome to Birch and Out Outdoors. I'm James.
And I'm Jeff.
So today's range day. What are we doing today, Jeff? What are you sighting in?
We just got the CVA Wolf. It's the V2, so version 2. From what I understand, they changed where the trigger is to break the barrel open from the back to the front. And I forget what the other thing was that they changed or something. Anyways, nice little gun, especially for the price. I got this 2 years ago. I harvested a doe last year, nice big doe with it, with the Hornady 250 grain SSTs and the IMR white hot pellets. I use 2 pellets, 50 grains a piece, so it's 100 grains. Accurate rounds. I had the Durabrite fiber optic open sights on last year. I removed the scope. I wanted to try that out. I've since reinstalled the scope and bore sighted it, and I am now going to the range, or we are now going to the range to get that zeroed in at 50 yards. We're also going to try and get my Marlin 3030 sighted in for 50 yards, as well as my 270 Smith & Wesson model 1500. That was my father's rifle. He passed it down to me. He had it custom built for him by Smith & Wesson back in the 80s, so it's pretty cool. So hopefully we have enough time to get all 3, but the priority is the muzzle loader, as it is smoke pole season here soon. I like to say the 24th of September, just to be extra safe. Make sure you read the rule book, because they have little asterisks below. It'll say like bow and muzzle loader season, September whatever to December whatever. And then below that in a paragraph, there's asterisks that say bow only from a certain date to a certain date. You want to make sure you get that right. You can get a lot of trouble. Don't mix that up. So yeah, we're going to go sight this in. We are firing the Hornady SST low drag Sabot 250 grain. And we are using the IMR white hot pellets. As I said, I am going to switch to Blackhorn 209 at some point. I just didn't want to spend extra money on the other breech plug yet. You had to get a separate breech plug for that. And once I get that breech plug and the powder, I'll be switching over to that and measuring out by volume. As the tubes that a lot of companies make are not measured properly. They have their measurements in different spots. Even if you're using multiple ones from the same company, so be careful with that. Measure it by volume so you know you're safe. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully all goes smooth and we get her zeroed on, bang on at 50 yards, and I'll be happy with that. The areas that I hunt, I don't typically need more than 50 yards. If it is, it'll just be a bit high at 100 or whatever, and I'm never making a muzzle loader shot at 200 yards, but some people do it, and it's supposed to be, if you're zeroed at 50, it's supposed to be right on at 200 again. That's the line of travel trajectory for that bullet. It's the flattest curve, opposed to zeroing at 100 or whatever. Yeah, so hopefully it all goes well, and we get this bang on, sighted in, and we can harvest a nice big buck this year. That'd be cool. Even if I can only get the smoke pole sighted in today, I'll be happy with that. And we'll call her a day after that.
All right, so we'll see you at the range.
All right. Yeah. I don't know how people are firing 3 and 4 shots without cleaning. Like, look, that's one shot that breach post. Ready?
Ready.
Lower that time. Just this. Pretty much there now anyway, but it's taking a lot more shots than I wanted it to. This scope doesn't seem like real responsive when you're adjusting it, right? It's like a pause and then it'll jump.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with that. It's Cabela's. Cabela's brand scope.
Yeah, you might have pulled a little bit on it too. Ooh. That feels like fucking.
Then I'm good with that.
Did you drop?
Fine. Two-man job. My pit crew.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Pull the hammer back. He's ready to pull the trigger.
Ready?
Yep. Oh yeah, bud. She's dialed. She's dialed. That's a dead deer. That was a good shot.
Thank you. Man, doesn't an hour go by fast?
Way too fast.
So, how do you feel after firing?
I mean, I feel like I'm results, it'll definitely it's definitely killing a deer. Like, it's on bullseye. Whatnot, it's grouping real good, probably 1/4 inch at 50 yards with those Hornady SSTs. Excuse me. But I felt a little rushed because I only had an hour slot. There's fellows there before us actually who had the slot booked after me, and I actually knew who they were, which is kind of ironic. I pulled up and said, I know that truck. So there's a couple old guys in there. The one's in his 80s, the other one's definitely in his late 60s. And they were trying to sight in, and they weren't even touching paper at 50 yards. Their guns were way off, like a foot above. So I bore sighted for them, got them on paper, and got them dialed in pretty good. But I wish I had a little bit more time to kind of fine tune it.
2 hours would have been nice.
Yeah, just so I could bring it in like the extra, I don't know, the extra inch and a half or even an inch. But I wanted to give them guys a hand as well. And I didn't know if we were going to stay for their whole slot and help them out, but we ended up staying and helping them. So all in all, I'm happy with it. It's good enough to go into the woods and have confidence in your firearm. So
You definitely needed it.
absolutely. How was your first time shooting 50 cal or black powder at anything? How was that?
That was good. So actually I shot the muzzle loader, 50 cal, and the 308. And that's the first time since he's air cadets shooting 22s at the range.
Yeah, you were in the bullseye.
Yeah. So, yeah, I felt good about it.
So that means, if you're out of practice by that many years, I'm not saying you're old, but
Man, it's been, wow, that didn't be 30-some years now.
yeah, there you go.
I haven't fired. I don't think I've fired since then.
30 years, somebody hasn't fired a gun, they're probably not going to get it in the bullseye. So it's obviously on fairly well. So that's good. I mean, we definitely grouped in the bullseye, so it wasn't a fluke or nothing. They're all hitting, like I said, within a 1/4 inch, if not less. So that's definitely a harvested animal. You can make a humane shot like that. So I'm happy with that personally.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. That was a good time.
I do wish I could have got fired a 30-30. Yeah, I did try at the end there, but the hammer extension that I bought at Cabela's, put on the end of the hammer, it's not letting the bolt come back past it. It's catching on it, so it won't cock. So I'm gonna have to try and fix that at home. See if I can just move it back enough that it'll let it cock, or maybe I'll have to take it back to Cabela's. It may not work. But it said it was for that Marlin 330, I forget the model. It said it was for that, so yeah, hopefully I can just move it back a bit and it'll still be good, because on a lever gun I definitely like having a hammer extension. And I didn't get the fire of the 270, but
Yeah.
all in all, it was a good day.
Yeah, so that's it for this one. And we'll see you on the next. Hopefully soon. Well, end of the month before you get to, a couple weeks before you get to go to the woods.
Yeah,
And
24th.
24th, yeah. And hopefully soon we'll get to do a woods cook and a few of those, and test with that GSI kit and some other gear and some different meals. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Happy hunting. Be safe.